Hello everyone, Shintobean here playing some more Warhammer combat cards, and in this video I will be introducing the newest Warlord to enter the game for the Tyranid faction, and here it is, the Parasite of Mortrex. Brand new model from Games Workshop. It's a beautiful looking creature. It's a 36-point Warlord. It's the only Tyranid Warlord with one attack type. It is mono melee, and it gets plus 12 stats per upgrade. These are its stats at the max level. It's also the only Warlord with poison, which is possibly one of the weakest traits you could put on a Warlord because it just doesn't deal enough damage to make much of a difference by the time the Warlord deploys. And it has a really interesting special rule, Explosive Infestation. So it causes your first melee attack against each enemy to infest them, causing them to then explode when they die to deal a lot of damage to the adjacent lanes. But the downside, the drawback, is that the initial infesting attack, the melee attack there, is reduced by half, so 50% less damage. But the explosion can really pay off if you infest something, especially something with a lot of base health, because that's what it's based off of. 40% of its base health becomes damage dealt to the adjacent card. So if you have a big card in the center lane, that explosion can deal a whole lot of damage to both of the side lanes. So because it does decrease the melee attack damage by so much, it doesn't make sense to run the Parasite with mono melee cards. It's just, that would just be terrible. So instead what I'm going with here is mainly a ranged build. And there are a couple traits that actually combo pretty well, I think, with the Parasite. Any trait that does melee damage, so like the Mucilid Spore here with the Death Blow. This could potentially infest 3 enemy units at once when it dies. And then there's also only one Tyranid bodyguard with Furious Charge in the game, and that is this weak little hybrid metamorph, but you can infest the enemy with the Furious Charge, so including that in there. Then we just got a bunch of ranged units. We got the Exocrine and the Biovore. Got the Carnifex, which of course can go both ranged and melee with its Berserk Rage. You've got the Sanctus, which also can do ranged or melee. We got our Healer, and then with the final 3 points, just included a Ripper Swarm because the Parasite is actually infesting the enemy with those Rippers, so thematically they should be in there. So we'll go ahead and deploy, and we'll see if we can get this Parasite to do some infesting. So far I've played 2 games with it before this. I won the first one, but then lost the second one pretty badly. I actually lost to Greyfax, which, I mean, Greyfax is one of the strongest Warlords in the game, so running Psychic, which actually is a good counter to the Parasite, at least when you're going ranged. Alright, we're up against Tomeron, and I will deploy the Exocrine here, I think. We'll see if we can outrange Tomeron. It's probably not going to happen. Yeah, it's definitely not going to happen, actually. So maybe we will go with it. We'll use the Furious Charge to infest. Infest that thing, I guess. And then, hey, why don't we just use the Mucilid Spore here? Let's do all kinds of infesting on this first turn. So animation looks really cool. You can see the Rippers exploding out, and that is when you make that the initial infestation there. So right here, the Death Blow infesting the other 2 uninfested units. Again, that damage was decreased by 50%. So I guess, I mean, we can just go ranged now. I'll put the Carnifex down. I mean, we could go ranged or melee. I guess maybe going ranged against Tomeron is not the smartest choice. But now that these units are infested, we will be dealing the full damage should we go melee. So yeah, okay, well, maybe we should go for the melee attack. can't actually kill anything, but on their next turn, the Carnifex should be able to kill the Dark Shroud here. And then that will cause an explosion that deals damage to the Nephilim Jet Fighter. We'll see how much damage that is. Oh, actually, right there. Both of them died, so dealing quite a bit of damage. That was 72 damage there. And the Nephilim Jet Fighter is still, of course it's still infested. So that means we can actually kill that thing. But they do have the Storm Talon on the field, so that's gonna be pretty painful. Let's just drop these Rippers, I guess, just to use them as a shield. And I think we'll go for... I mean, infesting the Warlord doesn't even really matter, because... I mean, when it dies, you win the game. So we'll go with the ranged attack here. We'll be able to kill off the Nephilim Jet Fighter, and that will explode, dealing 100 damage. Wow, 100 damage to Tomeron. And then the Carnifex was able to finish him off. So you can see right there, the explosion can deal crazy amounts of damage when you manage to take down something big. Just as long as you make sure that it does get infested before you land that killing blow. So that worked out really nicely. Yeah, using those traits at the beginning was pretty good, although using the Furious Charge and Death Blow in the same turn didn't actually make much sense. Yeah, looks like a lot of fun, and that was a pretty short game, so I'm going to play just one more just to see how this works against other Warlords. Yeah, again, in the game against Greyfax, it really did not work very well, and I ended up losing pretty horribly. So, Tomeron is one of the easier Warlords to beat, I think, because they just don't... the AI doesn't deploy the strong cards early on, usually. We're up against some more Space Marines. Logan Grimnar. And I guess we'll drop down the Carnifex first. This one... they only have 4 bodyguards, so it looks like they'll have some big stuff in here, I think. Level 10, so decently high level. I guess we'll go with the... we can go with the Mucilid. The thing with the Spore here is that you can actually go ranged and let the thing just die, and let the Death Blow do the infesting. Alright, so they do have a combination of... they've got... Castellan Crow, who is a Psyker, and then Blackmane, who is quite strong, and then, this Tech Marine actually debuffs ranged, so that's going to be a problem. I think we'll go ahead and hit him with, we'll just hit him with a melee attack. Just start the Infestation. And yeah, these melee attacks again are doing reduced damage, but when the Death Blow will do the full damage now that every enemy has been infested. Alright, they're probably going to be... oh, wow, okay. That was some extra cleave damage from Logan's special rule, forgot about that. So they're probably going to go with the Psychic attack, so... throw that Sanctus down there. And then we can hit him with ranged, although now we're the ones getting debuffed. We'll at least be able to poison Castellan Crow and hopefully start, working him down. These guys are... now, yeah, Ragnar has a lot of starting health, so when he explodes, he's going to be dealing a lot of damage to the other lanes. So this should be interesting. But, oh, they're going for the melee. Interesting. Alright. That's going to deal a lot of damage with that cleave right there. 87. Okay, but here's explosion, 40 damage from that explosion, and then another explosion dealing 90 damage over there. Castellan Crow... down to 6 health, and he is infested, so we can take him down. Let's go with... do you want to infest him with the Rippers? Or what? I wish I had the healer right now. That would be the best option, but it's not showing up. Alright, the Carnifex is going to go toe-to-toe with Logan Grimnar, and he is actually hitting for a pretty good amount right here with Inspiring Presence. Okay. I think going ranged is actually the way to go here. Yeah, because we can debuff their melee attack. Hit Logan pretty hard with the ranged attack, and there's the explosion right there. 76 damage to Logan. Not bad. Yeah, these explosions actually deal crazy amounts of damage. They can go through shields too, because the damage is from special rule, so traits and stuff won't be able to block it. And now we just can win the game here. So, yeah, this Parasite is actually better than I was expecting. I think it's quite good against both ranged and melee. But if you're using a ranged deck, it's going to struggle, I think, against psychic decks. Yeah, prior to the release, they initially had the special rule as reducing the first melee attack to 0. And then the explosion damage was only dealing like 25% of the base health, which was horrible. So I'm glad they actually changed it to something a little more reasonable, something more usable. But let me know your thoughts about this new Parasite of Mortrex. And if you think you'll be picking up the Warlord, it's available in the shop this week. So yeah, you can get your 2 copies and get it to level 2. But again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.